this is the Republic of Armenia. To the east of it, there is the Republic of Azerbaijan. This is Nagorno-Karabakh or Artsakh, a historic Armenian land with an ethnically Armenian population, but claimed by Azerbaijan as part of its territory. Azerbaijan claims this land by referring to the decision of the Soviet authorities to turn it into an autonomous region in the 1920s. All three of them, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Nagorno-Karabakh, declared independence through the people's vote, according to the Soviet constitution, at the verge of the collapse of the Union. Azerbaijan did not respect the outcome of the people's vote and oppressed the free will of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh with the use of force. Mass pogroms against Armenians took place in major Azerbaijani cities Sumgait and Baku, leaving dozens brutally killed in their homes. Armenians of Shahriman region of Karabakh and of Voskipar village in the Tavush region were caught in a circle by Azerbaijani and Soviet-owned army units, forced to flee their homes in the heavy fighting. This indiscriminate violence escalated into the First Karabakh War at the beginning of the 90s. In the end, the will of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh prevailed, and the Republic of Artsakh was declared independent, developing and prospering with the support of the Republic of Armenia. Fast forward 30 years. While the world was fighting COVID, Azerbaijan launched a new large-scale war against Artsakh in September 2020. In 44 days of the war, Azerbaijan took over the southern part of the republic and agreed to a ceasefire on November 9. As part of the agreed ceasefire, Russian peacekeepers were deployed in the area and strategic regions adjacent to the ceded territories, including the regions of Karachakh and Kashatagh. So what's happening now? Gaining close access to the internationally recognized borders of the Republic of Armenia, Azerbaijan is now firing inside the Republic's territory, targeting cities, villages in the Gerakhrunik, Vayotzor, and Sunik regions. Around 30 of them have been targeted since September 13th, including a tourist and health resort, the city of Jermuk, as well as southern cities of Goris, Kapan, and others. Azerbaijan uses artillery and UAVs shelling not only on military targets but also reaching civilian targets inside the Armenian territory. Houses and community centers have been damaged, leaving 135 killed on the side of the Armenian army, 1 civilian killed and dozens wounded. Evidence has been emerging of mutilation and desecration of the bodies of the Armenian soldiers. Azerbaijan has been pointed out as the initiator and aggressor side of this war by the French President Emmanuel Macron and the government of India.
We call upon the aggressor side to immediately cease hostilities and exercise restraint.
France is taking the issue to the Security Council of the United Nations.
We are particularly disturbed by reports of civilians being harmed inside Armenia.
The President of Iran stressed that Iran will not tolerate forceful changes to the Armenian state borders. Meanwhile, the long-term strategic partner and ally of Armenia, Russian Federation, did not condemn Azerbaijan for its recent attack and, according to rumors, also blocked the UN Security Council resolution on the ongoing war of Azerbaijan against Armenia. Also, the Russia-led Security Union, CSTO, to which Armenia is part of, refused to bring supporting forces to Armenia's borders and even to condemn Azerbaijani attack. Meanwhile, the president of Turkey, Erdogan, supports his counterpart Aliyev in his military offensive against the sovereign borders of the Republic of Armenia. You would ask why? Well, let's have a look at the map. This is the southern part of the Republic of Armenia. To the east of it is the Republic of Azerbaijan, with the Republic of Artsakh enclaved in its territory. To the west, the exclave of Autonomous Republic of Nakhichevan, a historic Armenian region where only during the past 50 years the Aliyev regime of Azerbaijan has removed every strain of Armenian presence, destroying around 30,000 pieces of cultural heritage and ethnically cleansing the entire Armenian population. By the way, the same is happening currently in parts of Artsakh, overtaken by Azerbaijan during the 2020 war. The last Armenians of Hadrut region who did not manage to escape were brutally killed in their homes, and the cultural heritage is being damaged or erased completely. Back to the map. Further to the west, we have Turkey and the so-called brotherly nations. Turkey and Azerbaijan wish to connect and have a direct route for trade, oil and gas, as well as accomplish their century-old desire to form the so-called pan-Turkish union, which should spread all the way to the Far East. And here we are, with Christian Armenia standing right in the middle of the grand Muslim project, pan-Turkism. And it's exactly the area where Azerbaijan is heating up the new war, Vayozdor and Sunik regions. The ultimate goal of dictator Aliyev is to invade Armenian territory and cut across this area in order to connect with Nakhichevan.
There are credible reports that Azerbaijan is planning yet another military offensive by widening the geography of the aggression, including from the direction of Nakhichevan, to realize their unlawful ambitions towards establishing an extraterritorial corridor through the sovereign territory of Armenia.
So, what else do they want? The most valuable resource of all, water. That is why intense fighting is also taking place to the east from Lake Sevan, a wonderful mountain lake with precious resources of fresh water. With its escalating crisis of fresh water, Azerbaijan aims at gaining control over these resources in Armenia too. So why does this not stop? The only reason is that the international community turned a blind eye on the violence and use of indiscriminate force in 2020, and so it continues today. Mere statements do not change the situation on the ground. Armenia is fighting Azerbaijan and Turkey on its own. Meanwhile, Armenia's fight keeps the world short from an immense shift of world balance in case of Turkey succeeds in establishing the Pan-Turkism Muslim Union through the Armenian territory. How would that affect the realities in the world? How would that change the power balance for the West, Europe, Russia, or the Far East? The world must reflect on these questions and take an immediate action in order to support Armenia in standing up against the Turkish-Azerbaijani violence. On September 17th, the Speaker of the US House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, visits Armenia to meet with the high officials and discuss the situation in the country. Stand up for Armenia, fight alongside Armenia. Demand from your governments to sanction the oil dictator Aliyev and his supporter Erdogan. Do not leave Armenia alone to fight for all of us. Tomorrow may be too late. Tomorrow they can be at your doors.